18HoopT. In this video, we're going to try to get the fabrication done, the fueling done, meaning the intercooler with the fabrication stuff, the up pipe, and get the fueling all done, and the last little bit of wiring, and hopefully get it running.
All right, so first order of business, got to get the fuel lines run from here. Just gonna go through the airbox, I think. And I had to remove the glove box. No, the mold's staying, unfortunately, but I had to remove the glove box, so I used a crowbar and my foot, and I got it pretty much out now. So we're gonna try to keep track of everything and keep everything in pretty good shape. And make things easy to get to.
Yeah, we'll try it. Okay, whoa, hold on a second here. Finger alert.
Oh, watching.
There, you got it. It's looking pretty good, Clayton. Oh god.
Oh god.
Don't feel as safe.
I thought I fucking hit your hand. I thought I took you out.
Well, I don't know if it was caught in the video, but as soon as you started doing that, I said, I don't feel as safe.
Okay, just watch yourself. I don't want to cut you.
Hold on. Jeez,
Watch your hand.
Man.
God. What are you doing? Trying to get hurt?
Ah, there, it's got almost room for a filter now.
It's not a hazard right there.
No,
It's clean metal at least. All right, we'll put this ground back on.
Money.
No, money.
It's money, look at it, it's pro. Look at that up pipe now. Flashy.
This thing's a heap.
Clayton, look at this.
Yeah, it's awesome. These just are floating.
They're levitating fuel pumps.
Yeah, it's gonna be easy on the welds.
This, we'll make sure we brace that up. Brace this all up. Again, this is all temporary. We're building this essentially so that if we happen to do another one of these, yay, that we have a fuel system that we can easily swap into another car. So Clayton's got the fuel lines run. They're not going to run over that, but
What do you think we should do next?
yeah. So they're running through here, all the way up through here. This car's disgusting. Robbie's mounting the ECU. I'm about to weld the O2 sensor onto the up pipe, and then we can start on the intercooler piping. This fancy fuel pressure regulator adapter for OEM fuel pressure regulator. I had a hard time with words. And we got this is a complete return line kit. I got this on narrow, I just realized.
Universal?
Universal, so Clayton's gonna build a oil return line to and from the turbo to the pan. It comes with all the adapter fittings and everything like that. Yeah, you are, yeah. Get to it.
Move.
Clayton, what do we got here?
Well, we have the Vibrant Performance intercooler.
Intercooler, yeah. We decided to go and buy a intercooler so we didn't have to mess with the intercoolers that we had here. This one's good for like 550-ish horsepower or something like that. So should do the trick for what we're looking for. Got brackets, it's gonna be perfect. It's gonna be mounted in no time, Clayton.
Yeah.
Right?
Right. Oh, it's just heavy.
It's a thick girl.
She's a thick girl.
Kind of hot, but
I'm struggling.
oh, look at that, fancy that. 3-inch core, 2.5 in, 2.5 out. And Clayton is struggling a bit. But that's okay.
My life is so hard.
It is hard.
Hard.
Okay, so let's mount it up under there.
Underwear?
Underwear, I just made you say underwear. Oh yeah, that'll drag right on the ground. Perfect.
This thing's not getting lowered, so it'll be fine. So we started gathering way too much junk from the back of this thing and back here behind the car, so time to start cleaning up. So little things like this, obviously we don't need to keep. Fan, garbage, glove box, garbage. Oh, Kenwood stereo, oh, that should be good for something. Garbage. Drills, wiper blades, shock of some sort, garbage.
A non-linky 180 intercooler.
Garbage. Well, that's metal.
That's metal.
That's metal. You can recycle that. What else we got here? Oh, GoPro's at 1%. Oh,
Secondary air.
yeah, that's definitely garbage.
That was garbage from day one.
So just to reiterate, I guess, what this car is, this car is garbage. So anybody that's like, oh, why aren't you guys restoring this, or why aren't you guys doing this or that? It's because the whole thing is pretty much just garbage. So it's just a place to house the engine.
We're treating it like it's meant to be treated, like it's garbage.
Yeah, it's garbage.
So it is everything we're throwing out. This has one purpose, as I mentioned in the comments below on the other video. It has one purpose: to make as much horsepower as it can and grenade.
To be garbage.
To be more garbage.
Garbage. All right, anyway, we're going to continue tossing some of this stuff out, and then I'm going to show you.
Tossing some of this stuff off. I don't know what you're doing, but I am not doing that.
Come on, toss it off a little bit. It's all from the car, the whole thing.
Everything here is from the car.
It's terrible, and there's still garbage in the car, which is the worst part. Like it's still a disgusting car. Okay.
How'd you make out?
Pretty good. So we got the floating fuel pumps. That's great.
I think I've changed my mind about the fittings.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, we're gonna just put them down lower so that if we get out driving this thing, they're not gonna vibrate and snap off.
I said just put a couple blocks of wood under it.
Yeah, I get you, but my goal is to put this lower and have less of a risk.
Mm-hmm.
It's fine when you drive it.
Yeah,
it's fine when you drive it.
Speaking of risk, though, what's the risk of running a little bit too much power in this thing and it blowing up?
Yeah, so I want your guys' thoughts on this one. This is a very tired engine. I have a kind of an idea what it should make, but if it grenades prematurely, like really prematurely, like Clayton,
like start up,
like Clayton.
Yeah. Okay.
Like start up. What should we do? Should we put I need your guys' info or comments down below. Should we put another stock 100% engine in it that we know is a little bit healthier? Or do we do something else? Like in regards to this project, do we chuck an engine in it maybe with a set of connecting rods or something? But I personally want to try to just see what a stock engine will do. But put your comments below. We have access to a couple other engines, stock 180 engines. So if this one grenades prematurely, do we put another stock one back in and give it another attempt? This is worst case scenario. Or do we chuck something else in it? So let us know.
Worst case scenario, or like pretty much what's going to happen?
Well, it's just when it happens.
Oh, look, more springs. Look at that.
Another one. Yeah. The spring on the in the strings.
Yeah.
It's going to happen, but it's just a matter of when it happens. That's the difference. Let us know.
All right, so we're the sponsors. There is no sponsor. We have no sponsors yet. But what we do have is some swag. And we got bins of this stuff. We got hoodies, we got hats, we got t-shirt, no, toques, or hats of some sort.
That's another hoodie.
We got, what is this? A hoodie?
Pullover. We never
Pullover
offered
hoodie,
those before.
And we got, what's this?
T-shirts.
Oh, that's a t-shirt. Where's the zip up? Where's the zip up's in there too? And stickers. We got it all.
Ooh, Clayton. Okay, so we got the front mount intercooler on. You can kind of see the piping and stuff. We used pretty much mostly new stuff. I did have some stuff kicking around. It's all stuff I had, but
You just show, like we used the boot that was on this, like the
yeah,
the
that
fitting of
saved a bit. That's typical with the aftermarket front mount intercooler kits for these cars. But yeah, the time has now come to fit the front bumper because we want that to fit.
We didn't
fit back on.
We didn't trim this.
Yeah, that's another thing actually. Typically when you do front mount intercooler on a Mark IV, you need to really butcher apart the rebar in order to get the intercooler to fit. Since we don't care about this thing, we're just basically going to have this hanging out the bottom of the bumper. So you'll see it in a second. So don't think that you're going to get an intercooler this big fitted in behind your Mark IV bumper, because it won't fit at all. You need to cut all this apart.
Yeah.
That ain't gonna do it, Clayton.
I think so.
Just trying to change the view there, but hold on. Not even close.
It's close.
No, it's not. Not even close.
No. Okay, so get the.
Okay, take that apart. Oh, get sharper. Marker. Okay, now we're making sense. Clayton was hopeful. Clayton was hopeful, but he's now come out of dreamland.
Should we show the hole in our cooler?
Oh yeah, might as well just. Oh, how's it gonna work? Because this will be all floppy. If we're cutting this, we need to cut it like this. So cut it down like that first.
So like this.
I don't think that far down. I think you're way up into the rebar.
Okay, so like to here.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Okay, now super straight line.
Yeah.
This looks good.
It's gonna look better when it's together
And then we're
and
gonna do
gone,
half.
and this project's over with. Just go straight down.
I think I have to go over though.
Oh, to make it fancy?
No, to make it fit.
Okay. Man, your skills are good. All right, that's looking more realistic. And actually, I already know that all this is going to need to be cut out. So let's just cut this out first and waste a bunch of time. That's nice and straight.
I went a bit too far, I think.
You think?
Does that feel good?
Feels alright. Okay.
That looks nice. I'm getting pretty good with this thing.
Okay. No, just cut it. Just cut it.
People get really upset if we did this to Kale's bumper.
Say what?
Kale's bumper.
In due time.
Make that intercooler fit, probably have to. Oh my god.
Still doesn't fit right. But I think we can manage that.
That's awesome.
Looks good.
Does look pretty good.
Yeah, okay.
By good, I mean like pretty.
We can just wood screw in the sides. Is this on enough to...
Oh yeah.
No, if we had to screw to it.
Schmidt.
Okay, let's get this on for good. Ooh, what's this?
All right, got it all trimmed up. Clearance. It's all clearance.
Clearance.
All
That Jetta
clearance.
grill and bumper and all that. Look at that. What is it? Golf? Joe?
Oh, I thought it was like it is
JTI.
Yeah. A Jora. Jora. Yeah. Got the fancy JDM zip ties on the fenders. Hold those on.
Oh,
Both sides.
Here.
No, don't do that. That's silly. Yeah, both sides.
We just zip tie that like that.
Oh, we could. Yeah, it looks good.
Okay.
Should probably trim this up a little bit. You did a terrible job.
How's it look like?
Looks great.
It almost looks pro, doesn't it?
It looks really good.
Almost looks pro. So
Too bad it's on the biggest 1/8 hoop T.
18HoopT. So we got the intercooler piping done. We got the intercooler mounted. We got the bumper mounted. I had to weld. We had to do very little welding. I had to weld the up pipe, which you would have seen in the video, and I had to weld the blow-off valve on. And then now we have a little bit of what do we get? Vacuum lines to run for the boost solenoid and the blow-off valve. Couple little things, couple little fittings, but we're getting really close to firing this thing up. So what?
That's just so.
Look, we got cool stuff like this too, like velocity stack.
Oh,
thing.
look, and this.
Yeah, like I that's one of my mods.
So
I
you
put on
didn't,
there,
you
so
didn't
we
cut
can
yourself? I did some stuff down there too that you didn't even notice probably.
Yeah,
Remember when you cut that AC
nobody-
line? I
nobody
put a
cares.
plug over
Yeah,
it.
I saw that. Nobody cares. Yeah, it's fine.
So this is where the ECU is going to run inside the car for now, and it's getting close. Yeah, velocity stack.
So like couple fuel lines. That's it. Vacuum lines, and then let's start it up.
Yeah, just what I said. Okay, up to this point, everything's gone really well. Now that we're getting close to, getting it on the dyno, we're now running into problems. So we have a fuel pressure issue. I got to go through now and swap out the fuel pressure regulator. We got to check a few more things in that regard. We're having problems with the rail leaking. This is one of those OBX rails. Just stupid stuff that's a major hazard that we got to address. Also in the back, we had issues with the fuel pumps when we first started. These were used and sitting around for a long time. Beating them with the hammer at least made one of them come back around, but one of them has since failed and locked up solid, which popped a fuse and caused us chasing some other problems. Also, probably from early in the footage or early in the video, we had the pumps just sticking straight out. That was a major safety problem if we were going to drive it. So we just got some new lines made and had the pump sitting down on the pan, so we're not putting any major strain on the actual fuel cell itself. So now we got to fix this fuel pump, which is probably just going to take more hammering, and fix our fuel pressure. They're not related because one of these pumps should do everything we need. So we have two fueling related issues that we got to address. And we're back to messing with the pumps again. But it looks like we got this one figured out. So one problem to go.
Running straight WD-40.
Yeah. Looking pro, man. Looking pro. Okay, now that we got the fuel pump fixed and we've been able to fix all the leaks and the fuel pressure problems we were having. I still need to set the fuel pressure on it, but we pillaged some more parts from a couple other cars. Clayton's Mark 1 for the fuel rail and Kayla's R32 for the fuel pressure regulator. Both of those cars are down right now, so well, Clayton's car's not down, I guess. It's just on hiatus for the winter. But we're ready now to, the car runs fine and everything. I just need to work on the cold start. I'm not obviously going to spend too much time on it because this car is probably not going to live very long, but I want to just work on the cold start a little bit, just so that it's a little easier to start once we get back and forth to tuning it. So maybe I'll show you some of that now. So in the ECU Master software, the only thing I'm really going to mess with here is engine start parameters. Really the cranking fuel. The enrichments and all that stuff right now is pretty close. I mean, it needs to be worked on a little bit, but for what we're doing with this car, it's all pretty good. The biggest thing is the cranking fuel. So at this point, I'm going to see what it'll do completely cold and see if it starts.
This didn't take long at all.
No, this was
Fueling
not
part was
a
very
huge,
quick.
Yeah, not a huge inconvenience, this whole thing. Everything went so good with the engine swap and the turbo gear and all that stuff. And then we get to the fueling part of it, and it just, we're using old pumps that have been sitting around. Just crappy fuel rail, just endless problems. We had endless fuel leaks, fuel pressure problems, fuel pump problems, power to the pump problems. What else? What other stupid
fuel
fueling?
regulation?
Yeah, everything was just major problem with the fueling. We got it figured out. We basically put a really good fuel system on the car now for, you know, I would have no problem trying to make 700-800 horsepower, at least on ethanol with this kind of fuel system.
And back to what you said. What's your old man saying? If you
half-ass it, you'll get half-ass results. Right? Is that what I said?
Yeah, I think something along those lines.
Something
But it's true. Like we tried to cut corners on stuff, and then you end up having to do all the good stuff anyway.
30 times over.
And we're talking 3 people, 2 days to, well, not full days, but
days,
still,
no.
like 3 brains on this to figure out the stupidest stuff.
The main problem was the problems, the periodic problems we were having with the fueling wasn't noticeable at first, and the tune, I was trying to mess with the tune, and it was just like a vicious circle. I should have went back to the basics, and which we ended up doing. But anyways, we got it resolved. You probably heard it run in the video. And don't forget to let us know what you think. If this engine happens to fail prematurely, what we should do, if we should do another rendition of this with maybe some upgraded rods, don't forget to let us know down below.
What if the car disintegrates around the engine?
Well, that's probably
what do we
happen.
do for a car next?
The amount of fuel that has been poured out all over the front of this engine, everywhere, I'm surprised it hasn't lit on fire already. We want to thank all the patrons or Patreons for the support on this. We want to thank everybody for purchasing the merchandise off our website. Hope everybody had an awesome Christmas and holiday vacation. What else, Clayton?
Subs, man, the subs were close. 200 away from 15,000 for the year.
We were close. We were doing really good, and then we slacked on the videos. You said you wanted to get 5 videos this month.
Yeah, it didn't have
3.
Well, we got stuck on this.
Yes.
Don't kick it. It'll break you.
No, man, that bumper's good. So, if you have any questions or comments, we're ready to take it for a drive. We've got a cut notch on the hood, and we'll do a little bit of tuning on the street before we get it on the dyno. If you have any questions or comments, be sure to ask them below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video. You ready for this? Oops.